Okay, in week one's research assignment, we're just going to gather some basic information about a company. And you pull up your, oops, one more. Here's the research paper. And the first thing I'd like you to do is to pick one of these companies. Really doesn't matter which one you pick, just pick a company. And I guess as an initial enterprise exercise, go to Yahoo Finance and type in this ticker symbol. Some of them you may already know. But if you go to Yahoo Finance, and right here where it says quote pickup, if you type in the ticker symbol, I'm going to type in the company that I'm going to use. I'm going to use Molson Coors. Type in that and enter it, and it will take you to a web page that has information about the company on it. So I want you to, again, pick that company, pick that, and then we will talk about how we're going to work with it as we go through here. So if you want to, fill in the names here, enter your company's name here, and your ticker symbol. Now as we move forward, when we talk about research in what is, in quotes, your company, I'm not talking about a company you might work for. I'm talking about this company. You're going to follow this company and do research on it as we go throughout this course. So once we have gone to that site, trying to figure the easiest way to do this. Once we've gone to that site, there are quotes or hyperlinks on the left-hand side here where you can find and gather data. So let's go to the first piece of data. We need to find your CEO, the age, how many employees there are. And you find that, we need to go to summary first. So you go to the summary, that happens to be the page that comes up. And we want to know something about dividends. So here's your dividend, and there's your dividend yield. So that will go into here. Type in your dividend, dividend yield. And then I'd like you to give me a definition or an explanation of what dividend yield is. Then you're going to go to the profile page. So you go down here till you find profile. Right down here. Here's profile. Click on profile. And then let's see what kind of data we need for a profile. The CEO, the age of the CEO, how many employees there are. So we can find that information right here. Let's scroll down, see where this information is. Here's the employee information. Coors has 17,650. Go down a little bit further, and there's information down here about executives. So here's the CEO. Here's what he gets paid, what he's been exercised, how much options have been exercised, and his age. So we can find that information fairly quickly. Let's continue on. Next thing we want to do is look a little bit about the industry that this company is in. So if you scroll back up, there are two links. One is for the sector. You see here it's consumer goods. And the industry is beverages and brewers. So I first would like to go to sectors. Let's go to consumer goods. And you get a table that has obviously a lot of different types of metrics and numbers that we might be ultimately interested in. But we would like to have some information about the 4 largest components sorted by market capitalization. So here's market cap, and we can sort these numbers. You see they're in alphabetical order. When you click on market cap, it goes from smallest to biggest. And if you click on it again, it then resorts it from the biggest to the smallest. So here are the 3 or the 4 largest, click that button. The 4 largest companies or sectors, let me say it a little bit better maybe, the 4 largest industries in this sector. So what we need to do is take these numbers, business equipment, personal equipment, and fill in 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we have an idea of what the sector itself looks like. So those are the within, again, those sectors are industry. So what we want to do now is we're going to go back. I want you to go back to that profile page that we started with. And now we're going to go to the industry. So now we're going to click on beverages. And when you click on beverages, again, we're looking at an industry center. And in this case, what we'd like to do first is look at leaders and laggards. This is going to tell us about the competition in our industry. So here is our ranking. This automatically clicks up or brings up something called price performance. And as you see, we're going to create a table. So price performance is something that I want for this company. So I'm going to take these numbers, and I ask you for the top 4 industries. So you're going to take these 4 industries, and here are the numbers for that industry. Or excuse me, these are companies, and those are the 4. So these are the 4 best companies using price performance. Down below, we have the 4 worst companies with respect to price performance. So I want you to click these in and put the companies then themselves. And then likewise, I'd also like to have the values. To switch to another kind or another variable, all you do is change here. And now I want to go to market capitalization. I click on that. And again, that is going to give me how the companies are ranked. And if you remember, the worst company on price performance is now the best company with capitalization. So again, I want the top 4 companies and the bottom 4 companies. Don't forget to include the variables, the numbers or the values of those variables. You're going to do the same thing for the PE ratio, return on equity, the debt equity ratio, and the dividend yield. And you just get to those by using these variables here, this drop down box. So that should give you some, when we're done, you'll get a picture with, obviously there's 5 or 6 variables. And what I would like you to do is just from observation, tell me, which companies seem to, excuse me, this is an example here. You're going to input yours, and I only want the top 3, it looks like, so I only want the top 3. But what I'd like you to do is look at these and tell me, which companies seem to show up the most frequent. From observation, which companies seem to be the best and which companies seem to be the worst. Down here, I don't want you to just put the companies, X, Y, Z, D, E, F. Those are the worst ones. And I want you, in paragraph form, tell me a little bit about what you see in your observation. Where is your company? Does your company show up anywhere in this mix? Now, what might be helpful is as you're looking through here, try to find out if your company ever does show up. It's quite possible if it's a big industry with lots of companies, your company may never show up there. So I was kind of looking here, here's price performance. Again, I didn't see Coors, Miller's Coors, Molson. Oh, there's Molson Coors is down here towards the bottom, so it's in that one, right? I asked you about the PE ratio, so you're going to find the PE ratio. Lots of companies in there you see, and I don't see Molson Coors anywhere here. So you may find your company, you may not find your company. But I want you to take a look and see, where your company seems to fall with respect to the ratios that I ask you to look up. So I think that's pretty straightforward for that example. The only thing I would ask you to do is remember to include the numbers so we can see the relative size differential between these assets. Where's your company's index membership? Again, we need to go back. Again, just use your back button. We're going to go clear back to find out what industry this company seems to be in. And Coors is not in the index membership, NA. And I'm not sure whether this is all that important, but sometimes it's nice to see if your company is listed in one of the exchanges. I don't know that gives us any insight about the company. It just tells us that the company is there. The final thing I would like you to do, is I would like you to go to the financial statements of the company in Yahoo Finance. So again, we're going to go back here. I want to go clear back to the company, clear back to where we were. Here we go. And I want you to go down here, and I want you to find the company's financial statements. Here are the income statements, or here's the income statements for Coors. So what I would like you to do, and I think the easiest way to do this, is first just by downloading. If you don't really want to download, right, we're ultimately going to enter these into a worksheet. So let's just say we're going to go ahead and download. So you're going to grab this data, highlight it, right? So I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to copy this. Now I want you to go back to the worksheet that you had, and right here, all I would like you to do is first, let's just copy this or paste this statement here. Now when you go to home, you're going to go to paste. Don't just paste it. You want to paste it so that it's readable, so you can understand what the data says. And when you hover over this spot, so you can see that statement these statements aren't very readable. That one's not very readable, and that one is a little more readable, right? So we got to figure out how we're going to enter this data so it's the easiest for us to view. We may want to, quite frankly, maybe what we should do, let me make this a little bit smaller, put it in here, is maybe we should, again, these are choices that you need to make. I'm just going to open up another Excel file here. You can open up an Excel file. So here's an Excel file that's going to open up, hopefully here in a second. Hopefully in a second. I'm having some difficulty with memory here, so let me try to get rid of this spreadsheet. Again, you're going to have several spreadsheets open, so you'll be juggling back and forth. But you can do the exact same thing in Excel, where you try to, again, open. It's just not opening. For right now, let's just try to get this into this spreadsheet. It should open here quite normally, a little bit easier to get it in here. Here are our options, paste options. Let's try to do something else. Let's look a little bit harder. Paste special. Let's go down here and see what it offers us. Again, it doesn't offer us too many ways to format this. Let's just pick this one, and that's the data. That's at least the data that we have, and it's not a very good way to gather data. So let's put this off just for a second. And what I would like us to do is to enter this into the worksheet. Now, what else will tell you is you're going to read or watch a video on inputting data into the worksheet. So that's the way we'll finish up this exercise, is by inputting the data into the worksheets and then copying the worksheets here. Again, I apologize for rambling a little bit, but I think that will help us get this done a little bit quicker and save a step. So the next video that you watch should be a video about inputting data into a worksheet.